Good morning. Happy beginning of the week. We are going to try this, and it might end up being one big hot mess, and perhaps even a little embarrassing. But I don't care about that anymore. We're going to talk about a couple of my pet peeves for the more mature women community on wrinkles and the clothing that you put on that hides every single lump, bump, and bulge. Okay? That's what we're going to do. As I'm taking off my old makeup, yes, I slept in my makeup last night. Yes, I was too lazy to get out of the chair. No, you're not supposed to do that, but it happens. It happens. Is there one woman out there that is willing to be honest and say, I didn't take my makeup off last night and went to bed with it on because I was just too lazy and or tired to get off my butt and get into the bathroom and remove it? So we're going to do that right now while I talk. You can see everything on my face. You can see that I have dark circles. I've had dark circles my whole life, even when I was younger, because my eyes are big. I have a distance, quite a distance, between my eyelashes and my eyebrows. So I have a large eyelid. And I burnt the candle at both ends when I was in high school and college. I did. To complement the dark circles, I have wrinkles. And that's because I'm 63 years old. I have wrinkles on my forehead because I'm very expressive when I talk. I have laugh lines. I'm even getting wrinkles above my eye. I don't know what these lines are called, marionette lines, I guess. I have those. I have lines above my lip. They used to call these smoker lines. Well, excuse me, but maybe I'm a kisser, and maybe those are kiss lines. Let's call them kiss lines. And I also notice that I'm starting to get lines here on my cheeks, underneath the apples of my cheeks, because of smiling. I have a pet peeve that I'm going to talk to you about while I'm taking off my makeup. So I'm going to use my cleanser and put it on while I'm talking to you. Okay, one of the pet peeves that I have is when I go to the makeup community, okay, and this seems to be across the board, including clothes and fashion. There are not a lot of videos on YouTube that concern older women. I mean, geez, crow. Let's talk about the population of older women on this planet. The wise women, the women that birthed us, and the women that raised us. Now, sadly, my mother is no longer on this planet. Okay? I don't have any older women other than my older sister, and then I have an older brother that are left. But as younger siblings, we look up to them. Okay? At least I do. And throughout our lives, we go to these people for advice, or we talk to them about stuff that we're going through because chances are they've been through something similar. So why are there not enough videos with older women talking about skincare, talking about wrinkles, talking about their lives, talking about putting on makeup and things like that. And then there's the other thing, gravity, okay? Gravity takes everything down. Not to forget to mention that we lose a lot of the youth via our body transitioning from being younger to getting older. I watch all kinds of YouTube channels, particularly in the makeup community. And there are a lot of younger women. I'm talking early 20s, 30s, and then as you get up into the late 40s, 50s, and 60s, the YouTube videos just kind of go like this. I want women that are older to embrace who they are. I want them to embrace every single trial that they've been through, every single experience, every single gray hair, every single wrinkle, every single bulge, every single sag, every single everything. Okay? I have not had cosmetic surgery. Great. If you have had it and that's what you feel like you want, that's your choice, and I am not to judge that. But I feel that the wise women of old, the Wicce, WICCE, wise women, they weren't running to get their faces and bodies altered. They didn't have that back in those days. And furthermore, if they did, they wouldn't want to be found out because everything was secretive. Everything was a big secret. And also, the men ruled, okay? They ruled everything. Most women didn't have their own incomes, okay? So, if you're somebody that wants to go get plastic surgery, your lips filled, you want to try all these different things to slow down the process of wrinkles and stuff like that, I am not going to judge you. But I want to talk about women that have embraced who they are, that they've worked hard. Maybe they've been out in the gardens every day in the summertime. And they've been doing stuff like that, running their kids around, working 2 jobs. Okay, who's got the time? And if they're working 2 jobs, do they have the money to go get all these, things done to their body? So we're starting from scratch here. Nothing have I done on my face has been altered. This is it. Embracing that and getting the most out of it. The other pet peeve of mine is all of these pieces of clothing. And I'm going to tell you my experience. It is very embarrassing, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. These pieces of clothing that restrict the body from moving. Every woman knows that as they get older, okay, unless they have stayed really thin and fit their whole lives, the body changes. When you get older, particularly if you've given birth, the body changes. And even if you stayed thin, the body changes. Women's bodies change. Men's bodies change. It's a fact of life. We shouldn't be afraid of it, okay? Because behind this shell is a wealth of wisdom. A wealth of wisdom that can be shared to the younger community. And I know I was young, okay? I didn't get it. I didn't get it. So I understand, and I still love watching all these young women put on their makeup. I get a lot of makeup tips from them. But when I find something that I like and that it works for my mature skin, I tend not to deviate from it. That's who I am. So the clothing, let's get back to the clothing, all right? Control top panties. I went out a couple years ago and I bought several. I ordered some off of Amazon from brand names. Now, I'm not going to even mention the names. And towards around springtime of this year, I had an experience. I said, well, it's becoming spring and I want to be able to wear comfortable shorts or capri yoga pants to go to work because of my job. I'm moving all the time. So I'm going to wear these control top underwear so that people can't see my bulges and that I can feel more confident when I'm out there. Well, I did that for about a week in May. And I don't know if you remember, but May was we had a really warm week in May. And I was sweating a lot because I was working a lot. And all of a sudden, one day, I noticed that something felt very uncomfortable in the buttocks area. Deeper in. Okay? And I'm thinking, what is this? I had a hard time sitting down. I went to take my shower, and I noticed in washing my body all over the place that I had acquired a less than desirable marble size. And so I continued to wear these control top panties. Now, most of them are made out of nylon. And nylon will make you, or spandex, and that will make you warm. They're not cotton. And so I would sweat, and I would sweat down my back, and I would sweat, and these particular control top panties would gather all the sweat. And so I was like, well, I don't want to not wear the control top panties because I wasn't quite sure if that was the problem. And yes, that was the problem. Went out and I bought myself some new cotton, 100% cotton, frumpy frump underwear, nothing sexy, and wore them for about 2 weeks. And lo and behold, everything started to go back to normal. And I have not had an issue since. And I have been on the hunt for underwear that looks good for my age. And so I said to myself, well, lesson learned. I can wear these control top type clothings, negligee, undergarments, underwear for one event, but I cannot wear them all the time. And so that was a lesson for me, because as an older woman, I don't want to be inconvenienced like that, and I certainly don't want to be uncomfortable. And that's the other thing. Wearing those things made me feel like I was shoved down into a cylinder all day, trying to move, trying to do my job. For what? To look like I was a model doing my job that I sweat at all day long in the summertime, and sometimes even in the winter. If people have their heat up to 80 degrees, or they have a wood stove that's very difficult to determine the temperature, yeah, it gets really warm. So those are just a couple of my pet peeves that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. The other kind of pet peeve of mine is putting on makeup. Now, I love to wear makeup, but I find that when I put on makeup for my mature skin, I have to put on less. I can go all out in my eye area, but putting on a concealer or even like a peach cover for my dark circles and then going over with my concealer, I have to be very careful how much I put on. And it's been trial and error. If I put it on the way I watch some of these videos, I'm a hot mess. I go into my magnifying mirror and I look and I think, oh my gosh, this looks horrible. So am I ever going to be able to completely get away from these? No. I've tried products with caffeine in them. I've tried every single cover-up. Look, if somebody is doing a makeup video and they're like, oh, this is the best, concealer, and it might be. I mean, I love trying different concealers. Right now, I've got 2 that I'm going through. Will not purchase another one till I know that those are almost gone. I'll do whatever I can to minimize this, but I really don't think they're ever going to go away. They're here to stay. I earned them all those nights I was up in the middle of the night with little children and had to get up the next morning and do whatever. Okay? So, wrinkles. Makeup settles in wrinkles, period. It just does. And embrace it. Put your makeup on, let it set a little bit, and then go back with a sponge in those areas. Now, some makeup is more fluid if it has a serum in it, and it will collect more. Okay? Some makeup is minimal. Even powdered foundations will settle. Okay? But you can fix that. I usually buff with my buffing brush. But at the end of the day, when I look in my mirror, I see a little bit of settling. And if I'm close to a mirror at somebody's house and I can see, I'll just take my finger and I'll just wipe it. Okay? I don't carry around a makeup bag with me. I can't be bothered with that. I just can't. But I did that when I was in my 20s. Okay? And even in my 30s. Or I wouldn't leave the house unless I looked perfect. All right? That's just not me anymore. I don't care. And you shouldn't care either if you're an older woman. Embrace who you are. Look your best. Use the skincare that works for you. You don't need to go out and spend $300 on cream for your face. You do not need to do that. You do not need to go out and spend $200 on serums. I don't use serums. I don't like them. I use a good cleanser. I use a good moisturizer. And I use a good toner morning and night, unless I make a mistake and I'm honest and say I slept in my makeup, which I have done. I do use Elemis sometimes to take off my makeup. Depends on how I feel. It works really good around the eyes. And I also have my favorite eye makeup remover that I use. And that does a great job too, because I like to really load on the eye makeup. But ladies, you're going to have wrinkles. You're going to have dark circles. You're going to have lumps. You're going to have bumps. You're going to have sags. You're going to have wags. You're going to have all that. Because we are not perfect. We weren't perfect in our 20s. And we're not perfect now. But the word here is embrace. Embrace all of who you are. And have fun with your life. Have fun with your skincare. Oh, this feels so good doing this. Oh, I love how it feels. Have fun prepping your skin. Have fun putting on your makeup. Have fun doing your nails. Have fun dressing up. I have lumps and bumps, which is why I don't like constricting clothing. I feel better in long, loose clothing. Or very like rayon yoga pants. I could have 10 pairs of those with elastic bands and wear them for dress. I don't care if I ever have to wear a pair of jeans again, ever. I don't care. You know, the bending over, the button hitting my navel. It's not comfortable. I love comfort because I am embracing who I am, not for everybody else, but for me. And when you do that, you are going to glow from the inside out. Have you ever met an older woman and said, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful? Well, there may be many reasons for that other than the way the face looks. And she may not have ever had any construction done on her face. I had a friend who just passed away 2 years ago. And she was in her 90s. She was 94 when she passed away. And she never had cosmetic surgery. She was beautiful. And as she aged, she just took care of her skin and she took care of how she applied her makeup. And she was still wearing face makeup in her 90s. So, ladies, please, please love who you are. Who you are on the inside is going to show who you are on the outside. And there's going to be some young going to notice you and is going to think that you're beautiful and is going to wonder how you got to where you are. It will happen. Somebody will stop you and say, you're beautiful. You are lovely. I love your hair. I love your eye makeup. I love how you carry yourself. I love how you dress. I love the things you say. I love the advice that you have given me. I love you. And it has nothing to do with looking perfect. Okay? That's my message for today. Let's pull a card. I'm going to use my card deck and I'm going to shuffle. And I'm going to ask, what is the meaning of all this have to be a certain way in order to fit in? What is the meaning of it? You don't have to be a certain way. Be who you are. Be the best version of who you are. Be the best version. It's not just be who you are. It's be the best version of who you are in the state of evolution that you are in right now. And that may change, okay? Because life throws us curveballs. And I want you to see that this card bent out, so I'm going to read it. Perfect for our conversation. The circle of life. Cobalt blue, communication. Okay? Orange, the sacral chakra. Yellow, the solar plexus. 3 really important things. As you age, communicate your needs. And if nobody wants to listen to you, you keep searching and you keep finding somebody that will pay attention to you and will listen to you. And if somebody's going to give you a hard time about where you're at in your life, pay it no mind. Okay, but communicate your needs. A little bit of orange. All right, a little bit of orange. It's very subdued. Orange is the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra has to do with intimacy. And we're coming out of a time where everything had to be a big, fat secret. Don't talk about going to the bathroom. Don't talk about Metamucil. Don't talk about your relationship problems. Don't talk about hemorrhoids. Don't talk about any of this. Okay? Just don't talk about it. Don't talk about how you might be feeling. That might step on somebody's toes. That might bother somebody. Well, I'm here to say communicate your needs. Communicate your needs and don't be afraid of intimacy. Intimacy means being intimate with yourself, admitting to yourself who you are and why you are here, and admitting to other people the things you like, the things you don't like. Okay? And there's a way to say it. You don't have to be a bull in a china shop like me. But that's the sacral chakra. Okay? It's learning how to be intimate with yourself and learning how to be intimate with others. By communicating your needs, communicating them clearly and tactfully. That's what that means. And the solar plexus is moving forward, starting something that you want, that you enjoy. Maybe you want a YouTube channel. Do it. Start now. Don't wait. Okay? It may take a while. Who cares? Do it for the love of it. Do it because it excites you. Do it because it gives you a passion for living. Because we're not getting any younger. We are getting older. It's the circle of life. DNA is infinite as its essence traces back to God. If you would like to know more about that, watch my video about where I've been and how I got to where I am now. It's a 13-minute vlog chat, and I will link it in the description below. Watch it. You will understand. I didn't get into detail, and I'll do that at another time. I will talk more at another time. God, the Creator, is where our essence goes back. Okay? It's infinite. We are born, we grow, we evolve, we go back. And it's the infinity symbol. Our cosmic origin is just as important as our family tree. We can't have one without the other. In the circle of life, generations tell our story. Our ancestors are as vast as the starlit sky. And there's the infinity symbol inside the heart chakra. Now, the heart chakra is green, but I make it red so people will understand the heart and the passion of the heart. And if you notice, this throat chakra here is a little clogged. Okay, there's a chain. This person was afraid to express herself. And because of that, she was in a state of, she was stuck. She was stuck. And so we discussed how to move out of where she was and to bring that throat chakra down into the heart space. Down into the heart space. Unleash the chains. Speak your truth. I understand not everybody is going to like it. They're not. Not everybody is going to like your truth. But if you feel passionate about your truth, okay, and you follow that, and it is true, you are going to feel a huge relief. You are going to feel like, now that I know this, I can't go back. Now that I know this, I can't go backwards. I have to keep moving forward. I have to. It's my soul's evolution right here, right now on this planet. And so, embracing your essence, you will notice your life coming full circle. You will notice it evolving and coming full circle. And there may be many full circles in the course of this lifetime. But that's okay. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. So I'm going to stop the video right here, and I'm going to put on my makeup. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope that you all think about the circle of life this week. I love you all. I love everything about you. I love your wrinkles. I love your dark circles. I love your gray hair. I love you if you're young. I love you if you're older than me. I love you if you're in the middle. Okay? So be well, be blessed, be beautiful, because you are. Until next time. Bye-bye.